At it with his eighth novel. Mike Dew just recently released Low Road and High Country. The story is set in the Great Smoky Mountains and the main character hails from Erlanger. Mike joins us this morning to talk about the novel. You know, they always say, write what you know. You know a little bit about Erlanger, and in this case, it's kind of right where you go as well, because you've been to the Smokies quite a few times in your life, yeah?
Absolutely. That was the go-to destination for my family.
Nice.
Mom and Dad would take my sister and I, and we'd always get to take a cousin or a friend or somebody with us, and great little exploration. For, as I say in the book, for one of the characters who expresses this, it seems like another country when you're a kid.
Oh gosh.
Or at least it used to be, right? It was the Confederate States of America for a little while. So it's just a neat place to go when you're a kid and you get out of your box and you get out in the mountains. And
what was it about that setting that made it right for this book? Did you have the setting before the character, or did you have the character then come up with the setting?
Setting came first.
Setting came first,
and,
okay.
Yeah, so the main character is a ranger down in the park, and there is a high-profile murder up in the mountains on Thunderhead Mountain, which overlooks Cades Cove.
Yeah, sure.
That's the premise of the book, and so once I realized I wanted something in the mountains, I picked a ranger. Got a relationship with someone who's an actual ranger, and
no kidding.
Then we corresponded and talked on the phone, and
give it that realistic kind of vibe, that realistic
Jamie
feel.
Sanders is her name. Thanks, Jamie.
Nice.
And so she's actually a force. I found out there's a number of different types of rangers, for example. So there's law enforcement rangers, search and rescue rangers, and so she helped me sort all that stuff out so that I could make a realistic representation of what it's like to be a ranger down in the Smokies.
So this is your eighth novel. At this point, is your process more refined? How do you? I'm always interested about how ideas sort of come to people. How does the idea for your next book? How does that come to you to begin with?
I will say that the process seems to go smoother and faster than it used to.
Really? Okay.
So I used to struggle with, how do I do this? How do I that? I've always gotten a lot of advice from my wife, who is always saying, you know, don't tell too much too early, or you know, she's really helped me because she's an avid reader, Julie, and so she's given me advice on how to be a better writer. It's been excellent, and I really enjoy just that getting inside your head. And you know, it's interesting because when you do this, if you pick a locale that you're very familiar with, as I wrote this book, every hour that I spent writing it, I felt like I was on vacation.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was great. Yeah. So it was just like, oh, I've got an hour. I think I'll go to the Smokies.
I like it. I like it. So what is it about this particular story that you think will really draw people in?
Well, I like to throw a little curveball here and there. I mean, obviously that makes a good read, right?
Sure,
a lot of red herrings, hooks and twists and turns. But I really like to dive into nostalgia. So that's a part of my recipe as a writer. So my last 4 or 5 books have been seeping in 70s and 80s nostalgia. So in this case,
no crime in that now. Come on, no crime in that.
So I think readers who like the Smokies will connect with not only just the locale, but also the ranger goes down the path of remembrances from when he was a kid in the 70s. And Gatlinburg was a little different back then.
Oh, yeah.
A little more of an artisan community. You know, people were making candles and doing leather works on the street and spray painting T-shirts.
Now, like I said during that commercial break, now you go through Pigeon Forge and it's like Family Vegas down there.
Absolutely, it is. So.
Right. Well, we're going to talk about where folks can get the book. First of all, Mike's having 2 book signings. The first one is Wednesday. It's from 6 to 8 at Rafferty's in Florence. The second one is Saturday. It's at Awakenings in Hyde Park Square. It starts at 5. Go to local12.com and click on the Get It Now links for more details. And very quickly, I imagine if you want to get the book, you can get it about anywhere.
Well, you can go into a bookstore and order it. It's so new, I don't really have it in bookstores yet. But it is on Amazon, so you just search for Low Road and High Country.
And you're going to be, it's Prime Day anyway, so you're already going to be on Amazon, so just click over, get the book too. Hey, Mike, it's a pleasure talking to you.
Great, thank you very much.
Best of luck with the book, and you brought me some
saltwater taffy.
Some Gatlinburg saltwater taffy. I'm going to eat that. Tara, I'm going to eat some taffy. You talk about some what?